Welcome to today's video, where we'll be discussing a common issue that many developers face when working with scroll views in their mobile application. Have you ever experienced a situation where scrolling to the bottom of a scroll view and pressing a button within that scroll view causes your app to crash? If so, you're not alone. This problem can be frustrating and challenging to solve, but don't worry. We've got you covered. In this video, we'll delve into the reasons behind this issue and provide a step-by-step explanation of how to resolve it. We'll break down the concepts into simpler parts, using examples and analogies to help you understand the material better. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of what's causing this problem and how to fix it. So why does scrolling to the bottom of a scroll view and pressing a button within that scroll view cause our app to crash? To answer this question, let's first understand how scroll views work. A scroll view is essentially a container that allows its content to be scrolled when the content exceeds the bounds of the screen. When you scroll to the bottom of a scroll view, the system needs to determine whether the content has reached its end. This is where things can get tricky. If the button within the scroll view is not properly configured, it can cause the system to throw an exception, leading to the app crash. One common reason for this issue is that the button's click event is not being handled correctly. When the button is pressed, the system tries to execute the click event handler, but if the handler is not properly set up, it can cause a null pointer exception or other runtime errors. Another possible reason is that the scroll view's layout parameters are not correctly configured. If the layout parameters are not set up correctly, the system may have trouble determining the bounds of the content, leading to unexpected behavior when the button is pressed. To resolve this issue, we need to ensure that the button's click event handler is properly set up and that the scroll view's layout parameters are correctly configured. We can do this by carefully examining our code and making sure that all necessary event handlers are in place. Let's use an analogy to help illustrate this concept. Think of a scroll view like a container filled with different objects. Different objects. When you press a button within that container, it's like trying to grab one specific object from the container. If the container is not properly organized, it can be difficult for the system to determine which object you're trying to grab, leading to unexpected behavior. So, what are the from this discussion first? We need to ensure that our button's click event handler is properly set up. This means carefully examining our code and making sure that all necessary event handlers are in place. Second, we need to make sure that our scroll view's layout parameters are correctly configured. This involves carefully setting up the layout parameters to ensure that the system can accurately determine the bounds of the content. Finally, it's essential to thoroughly test our application to catch any potential issues before they cause problems for our users. In scrolling to the bottom of a scroll view and pressing a button within that scroll view can be a challenging issue to resolve. However, by understanding how scroll views work and taking the time to carefully configure our code, we can overcome this problem and create a seamless user experience. If you have any questions or comments about this topic, please don't hesitate to leave them in the section below. We'd love to hear from you and help you resolve any issues you may be facing. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more informative content on mobile application development.